posing the question, at some point, everyone must deal with downsizing their stuff and their space.
What you got up your sleeve this morning, Melissa?
And that's especially true for seniors and their adult children. Now, as I've been talking to the folks here at Golden Bridges in the KHQA kitchen, it all comes down to having a conversation and starting that communication early. This is Nancy Waters. She is a certified senior move manager with Golden Bridges. Now, I'm very interested in this because I think this is something everybody is going to encounter at some point in their lives. But when should the conversation really begin?
The conversation can come at any time, but most people think of it when they're entering their second half of life. When the kids have already moved out, but you might be storing those kids' things still in your basement or attic. You know, most people have that thing. Those are the times that we try to get those things out of that house. But then you have to have the conversation about what's important both to you and to them, and what you might want to hand down, or maybe even downsize or right size, as we call it.
When we start talking about planning, it also comes down to where they want to go.
Absolutely.
Eventually. When should that conversation start? How do you decide?
Well, you have to start thinking about where it is you want to end up. Quincy is this wonderful senior community right now, and they have so many options of where you can go. Do you want to stay in your home, and what if you can no longer? What if you physically are now impaired and can't do that? Where do you want to go? When you've decided what your options are and what you might like to do, have that conversation with your children so that your wishes can be made. If for some reason you can no longer make a decision, and if you've had that conversation, then you'll have your wishes met.
Now, one thing that we're talking about all morning long are these heirlooms, something like this that perhaps might be precious to your parents or your grandparents. And where do they go after that? And how do you make the decisions about what goes with you to your new residence and what stays with other relatives and what needs to be given away? That conversation and what you need to know about that coming up in about 2 minutes.